Can you record for me, please?
All right, so right here, this fire is starting. It's called, something that we use is called the fire triangle. The fire triangle consists of fuel, heat, and oxygen. That's, the three properties that you need to start a fire. That's what we got going on right there, along with a chemical chain reaction. So this is, the ingredients for the fire tetrahedron. Combustion's occurring, the chemical chain reaction's occurring. Basically, you have, like I said, you have all the properties to start the fire. You have oxygen, fuel, you have heat source, and you have a chemical chain reaction, which is causing the fire. So combustion's occurring, and like I said, combustion is the rapid oxidization of a fuel that releases energy and it produces heat and light. So let this start getting a little hot. I'm going to close this door just so you get some heat building up, and also not some heat, some smoke building. Smoke is the airborne particulates of a fuel, such as organic compound that is going through paralyzation. Paralyzation is the destructive distillation of an organic compound in an oxygen-free environment that is allowing the solid OSB to turn into this smoke. So once this smoke starts building up inside of the room, you'll notice that smoke is, at the higher part of the ceiling. And the reason why is because heat rises, right? So you're going to get hotter gases at the top, and then it's going to start to be a little cooler the way it works, while it works itself to the bottom. This is called thermal layering. So thermal layering, you're getting hotter gases on top, and you're getting cooler gases towards the bottom until the room is completely filled with the hot gases. So something that might affect my prop today is going to be the wind and possibly the rain. So hopefully it doesn't rain and it's not too windy. So right now, if you look kind of close, you see that fresh air and oxygen is getting introduced to the bottom of this window, right? And smoke is coming out. So this is called the inlet, which is feeding the fire in this compartment over here. And it needs an exhaust. The smoke needs to travel somewhere. The heat needs to travel somewhere. So it's gonna, it's gonna find the path of least resistance. And this happens to be the path of least resistance. The middle part between the clean air and the smoke, we'll come back to that. So basically, this building with the flow path is air's coming in from the bottom. It's going towards the fire. It's feeding the fire, and smoke is coming out. So that's the flow path. The flow path is the area in which is between an inlet and an outlet that moves heated smoke and moves heated smoke pretty much from an inlet to an outlet. So right now, you know, this fire is getting everything from the fire test region. Like I said, the oxygen, the heat, the fuel, and the chemical chain reaction. You know, if you remove one of those things, such as oxygen, you could shut the fire down, and we'll have to probably get it started up again. So I'm gonna close the door, and just removing oxygen, it should shut down the fire. I think you can spray the back part. Thank you, sir. We'll make sure that it consumes all the oxygen inside the building, so eventually the fire is going to go out.
But the attic is close enough.
So if you look at it, the fire's out, right? That's because we removed the oxygen. So all it needs is oxygen. It might self-ignite again if we just let it heat up and it gets more oxygen to the fire. So we'll just give it a second. We'll see if it'll self-ignite. Okay, so now you see right here, like I said, you have the inlet on this side now, and the outlet. The smoke's coming out the top portion of this door. Right in the middle is called the neutral plane. The neutral plane is the area between the outlet and the inlet, and it's equal to the atmospheric pressure, of where we're at right now, which should be 14.7. So we'll still let it smolder and get a little hotter, and we're gonna see if we could get the gases to become ignitable, because these gases, they should be, they're superheated gases and they should be ignitable. So we'll let it build up, let it build a little smoke, a little bit more smoke inside. So it might ignite. It might not be hot enough at the moment, but so we're gonna start the fire again and make it a little bit hotter in there, so it creates the superheated gases.
Want to add a little bit more fuel in there, Avila?
So some things that may be burning in your residential structure fire, you have particulates such as carbon and dust. You have gases such as carbon monoxide, hydrogen cyanide, and also acrolein. And acrolein is just like your plastics. That's what your plastics are made of. This. So say the front door is open and it's getting some oxygen. What's going to happen is heat's going to travel to the path of the least resistance. And if the superheated smoke and gases are moving up to the front bedroom, eventually this room is going to be fully involved with. Let's close this door to slow down the fire a little bit. So we're going to close that door. And you should see the smoke is now traveling out the upper window right here. And now this becomes the exhaust part for the fire, and now air is being withdrawn to the inside of the fire. And if you look at room number 3, really sealed right here, but on the inside. But this room's still not involved. It shouldn't be involved. Might have just traveled too quickly already, where it involved the room. So I kind of got past the point, but let's say you show up to the house, and some things that you want to keep an eye out for is you want to kind of read this. You want to read the smoke. What this means is you want to check for velocity of the smoke, density.
Battery on top, I think. When you're showing up to a property, you want to check for the volume. Volume is pretty much what's off-gassing in a certain compartment, and it lets you know how much of that fuel is burning. The density could show you several things. It could show you, hey, this building is possibly at potential for backdraft. Oh, there's a lot of smoke. There's superheated gases in there. It's not safe to go in there. We might need to ventilate first. Color could tell you what's burning, right? So if wood's burning at the early stages, it burns white, and then eventually brown, and then so on. Plastics like to burn gray in the beginning stages. And then you have the velocity. Velocity is kind of what you're seeing here, how smoke's leaving the building. So reading all, figuring out the volume, density, color, and velocity gives you determination, hopefully, on where the fire may be. So this thing probably... So let's say that we ventilated the roof, and of course you want to have this coordinated with fire tack. Ventilation is a systematic removal of superheated smoke and gases, and replacing it with fresh new air. So what this does, it gives us a more suitable condition, or a more livable environment when you enter it. The wind's going directly into it. The wind's going directly into it.
So pretty much everything is off-gassing inside of this compartment right now at the moment. So it is, went from its incipient stage to, it's still in its growth stage, and eventually it's going to go into the fully developed stage once the whole compartment's involved. So what we're doing is just letting the smoke build up and the superheated gases travel throughout the space. So what I'm hoping for is that we get a flashover. Flashover occurs, between the growth stage and the fully developed stage, where all surfaces inside of this property are pretty much going through parallelization and hopefully self-ignite the smoke.
have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So, this is all training for when we actually go to a real fire, right? We're talking about flashover. Can you tell me what a precursor is? What something you would see that would give you an indication that there's a potential flashover?
Yes, sir. So some things that you could that you'll see is a rollover. Is that what you're looking for? Is a rollover is pretty much the accumulation of smoke towards the ceiling that become ignitable with the proper mixture of
Not smoke. What is rollover?
rollover is when superheated gases go to the ceiling and they become ignitable with
Not become ignitable, they ignite. You see
ignite.
flames. It's flames. It's actual flames that are rolling on the ceiling and stuff like that, rolling towards you. So, okay.
Whoa,
there it goes.
See that?
Sit down.
Did you guys see that?
you're in the way.
Let's see if we can do it again.
I saw it.
Your eyebrows are gone, but yeah, you're good.
See if we can get that again.
So what was that right there that Avila, that your
So
partner's over here on this side saw?
So that right there was a flashover. Flashovers, from what I found, they occur around 1100 degrees. So all the gases all the material that's off-gassing from the OSB, filled the room and it became ignitable. So, let's see. So, as you can see, the superheated gases are, when I open the front door, that's traveling out the top portion of the open door. So that just shows you that the whole room is involved. This is fully developed. Our turnouts are only able to withstand 500 degrees Fahrenheit of heat, right? So this room is, with the flashover occurring, it's around the upper 1100 degrees or higher. So I think if we would have got a better seal on here, this room isn't involved yet with fire, but if we would have possibly got a better seal, like this floor is still intact right here, and it's been burning for probably about 10 or 15 minutes. So it just kind of shows you that having what will happen if you have a door closed. The fire's not really able to travel inside this compartment. Eventually it will when it burns through the bottom of the floor. So the earlier stages, I kind of passed it, but
You want to grab some duct tape?
So the earlier stages, I kind of passed that, but we could have, slowed the fire spread not only by, closing off the door and, starving it of oxygen. We could have, hit it with the fire hose from the outside of the door and closed the door, and that would have cooled the fire dramatically right away. So let's see if we'll still do it. It's kind of burning a lot right now. No, it's probably too involved.
Try it.
We got a squirt
Try
of
it.
some sugar water if you need it.
Let's try it anyway.
Try it.
Put on spray, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
steam it out.
What does a gallon of water expand to?
So let's see what happens when we add some water to it.
and we close the door. So the water is expanding at 1,700 times to 1 when it's introduced, and it's, you know, the fire's instantly turning it into steam because how hot it is. But it should cool the room dramatically. Oh, nope.
Get it again.
Go again.
Give them more water.
Keep whipping it up, man.
Oh, that's the roof.
Here it goes. Now it's going.
Bennett.
So next prop, we'll probably have to add some slides in there.
Bennett.
It's running the
Start it up.
it's running the props.
Okay, so let's see if we get another flashover. So we're just gonna let the heat, we're gonna let it starve of oxygen, and we're gonna not completely starve of oxygen, but we're gonna open up a door again and see if we get flashover again. Another thing is, you know, that could occur is something called backdraft. So like say right now, you know, there's no fire in the building, but you have a smoldering fire that's going unnoticed. You know, that smolder is gonna still draw in oxygen. It's gonna attempt to eat all the oxygen that's inside the building right now. Once oxygen is reintroduced, you know, along with the superheated gases that went unnoticed, they could cause something called a backdraft, which is a phenomenon that will, you know, it causes an explosion. Some indicators that you could look for that, you know, is turbulent smoke like this right here. You could look for stained glass windows. You know, there might be stained glass windows with you know, black color, a black color to the window. And you'll see possibly some super dark black brownish smoke.
That's
There
flash.
it is. Got it.
Why
Good
you,
man.
why you flinching?
Back up.
Shit, it's like I planned it like.
So you just control the fire, just close the door again.
Well, we got that one right
You
there.
can
We
also
still have
vent it,
control,
right?
but just let us know when
There
you
you
have it.
go.
So if you close this door, the superheated
face.
gases are still traveling, right, with the flow path. So this room, once I open the door, it's gonna catch fire. See that dark smoker there? Eventually, with all the oxygen that feeds the fire on the this lower compartment, it should cause the. Let's give it a little oxygen right here.
Why don't you get on up one side there?
Stand in front of there,
So there you go, and then it causes the fire to you know, travel where the superheated gases are. Close that. Let's control the fire so that, you know, closing doors prevents fire spread. So that's what you try to do, just to minimize the fire spread. So, you know, this situation, like I said, you're going to want to cool down the building if we're going to go fire attack, and you know, we need somebody to go up and ventilate the roof. So, you know, some things that you might want to ventilate from the further part of the building. Throw a ladder on the further part of the building. You know, bring some tools like. There you go. So see that right there? So that's indicative of possible backdraft. So it's right now it's starving for oxygen, right? So oxygen's pulling in, and it's puffing like that. Backdraft comes from, you know, back in the day, firefighters will actually go into these type of conditions, and they'll see smoke coming in and out of the building. You guys want to see what happens?
Who's gonna end up in
Just
the
made it all worth it right now, Avila.
Open it.
You can
Back
hear
away.
it. You can hear it.
Ready?
Yeah, watch it.
Exploded. Nice.
If you would have had the guy in the car, I think the guy would have ended up through the garage.
Put some water on it.
Vent it. Somebody open the vent.
Enough, let it go. Bennett. Bennett. You got it.
Open it.
Go put it all the way. There we go. Right there. Let it go for a minute.
So it's still burning pretty good.
You sealed it well.
I just want to see if we can save it.
Watch your face when you're.
Yeah,
Please. Making us nervous.
Here you go, I got to do one more. You got all the gear on.
go.
That was the coolest thing I've seen all day.
But it's only 10.
Did you see that?
But it's only 10.
Exactly.
Still time to be defeated. When it was the whole building was.
More backdrafts, please.
Well done. This time.
Did you use trichloride on the doors?
What's up?
Did you use trichloride on the doors and windows?
Yes,
What that means.
I knew somebody was gonna get it.
Except up there, bull. Wherever you go, we go.
We go.
Blew your toilet paper out, dude.
So,
Now it's gonna bust all the seams and shit. It's gonna fucking hurt. Should be able to go.
Pop off one of the doors. It should still backtrack.
No, go down below. Go down to the bottom again, like you did the first time. Door one. Just like you did the last time.
Let it crack it. Let it breathe a little bit.
Exactly.
A little
Watch
bit.
your face.
Just a touch.
Right there.
the water fountain is supposed to leave. Or all slides.
We did.
Sounds like it.
Right afterwards, we thought about doing
The barn doors.
like slides in between all the walls and floors.
Where they have like where you can bend each level.
The schematics didn't have that.
You saw Matt made one before he left. But he had the slides on each one.
I think it's burned on.
Probably have a part
I think it's been burned on the second floor right now.
Hey, we got it on.
We got video.
Throw some more fuel in there, man.
Yeah.
Did
you burn everything up yet?
Come on, man.
Throw the whole roll in there.
I'm about ready to sacrifice my notepad. Come on, baby, just one more backdraft.
We got the prop right there.
You see how many comments we have on
Use some plastic?
Dude, look at this. It's
Use
built
some
so
plastic.
tight.
I'll use my department cell phone for some black smoke.
Mas, I'm gonna have to change his name, bro. Masi Mas. Give me your sunglasses.
Heard some of that acrylic TV.
Everybody got a plastic bottle?
For men that
A1C.
that have reached a certain age.
That thing's built so
Eugenics,
tight, we can reuse
Yes.
it for the next.
Be able to.
Do you have ladders in your hobby?
They make a 100, like at least a block worth of Main Street next to your next dollhouse.
Oh yeah.
Thicker wall.
Do some slack
That's
construction.
one of the things that we had to spray on the outside. We had to do it on the last
A
property. That was
110
fucking
scale of 500 block of Main Street.
North side.
Drywall? I talked about that with Andy, and he said the reason we wouldn't want
Was
it
that
it's basically
Peyton Manning and what's his name, the country singer? And
So some studies that I read is you know, even in full turnout gear, firefighters dive when the degrees reach 350 degree Fahrenheit, and they're in the building as long as 5 minutes. You know, temperatures that high. So you know, flashover occurring, you know, 1100 degrees, or with a backdraft occurring, we're not going to live. So that's why we got to cool down the building before we enter it. So, you know, ventilating the roof, along with coordinating with fire tech to cool down the structure before entering. So that's just something that I found that I wanted to share.
What's the definition of flashover again?
Flashover is the transitional stage in fire development in a compartment where surfaces start to off-gas and involve the
Avila, open that front door a little bit more. Just get some out
more
air.
option.
You're going, man.
It causes the superheated gases to become combustible.
Become combustible?
Or they are
What is flashover? Don't. It's not becoming combustible. What is flashover?
Flashover is
all the contents.
all the contents. Ignition temperature.
All the content. So the word all the contents in there. Why I was talking to you about rollover. You're a firefighter. You're going to be in a building. You see rollover. It's a precursor of flashover. So if you're in that room and it's going to flash, you're part of the contents of the room. So that's why it's very important to be able to pay attention to that. So you need to either get out, or if you're a firefighter, which you are, you have a nozzle, you want to fight those flames back to prevent that from happening right there. So that's why I'm making sure you understand the difference between
Rollover and flashover are two different.
To a different event, and it's more than just like everything becoming ignitable. No, everything is
Is ignitable.
ignited.
Including ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
You ain't messing around with that TP, eh?
Supercharger thing, man.
You got me.
More like a fan at the front door. To
The next thing is
Light it.
So many ideas, bro.
Light it.
Make this thing ridiculous.
I like his idea, the 500 block of Maine.
let's just siphon. Oh wait, dude. We got a fuel pump right
Gas
here.
holes over
There
here.
The diesel burns black. We can put some of that
There
in.
you go.
Squirt a little diesel on the notepad.
Put so much water in that.
Let us play some more.
It's too much steam.
What?
Now put some over there.
Wood?
But you can't do that back there.
Simulating sporting conditions.
You grab such small pieces.
Throw the bucket in there. Burn it, man.
I mean, I don't want to see the house burn. But
Where were you on your day off?
now we're cooking. You will be.
So, I know you guys have plenty of questions, and you guys have anything that you want to ask right now while the fire is building up?
Do you see any safety concerns
Right now?
through your whole presentation?
Yes.
I just want to know if you saw something.
Well, typical structure fire, as you do right here, size of the ventilation hole that you want.
Size of the ventilation hole for, 4 by 4.
How about a commercial?
8 by 8, sir.
I want you to touch back up on, since we're waiting right now, on, you talked about type 1 and type 2 construction. Okay, so what are you never told me what the building materials are on type 1 and type 2 construction. What are they made out of?
So type 1, you're gonna get steel, it's fire resistant. You're gonna get steel, concrete, gypsum with type 1, and then type 2, it's non-combustible. It's kind of hard for me to differentiate. I try to look it up.
Get back to me on that. Dig into that deep. They're extremely similar, but there's one big difference between the two. And once you figure that out, it'll be pretty obvious.
It makes sense.
What you got going on right there is
Yeah.
roll over up on the top.
Yeah. See it?
See it?
Roll over.
Right here on the top.
Pattern you might see between the
That's the superheated gases. at the
Should
top
be able to
level,
shut it
right?
down and get your backdrop.
It's there.
And you were talking about thermal layering and stuff like that, and that's what it's doing. It's just making it crazy hot, and then it just makes everything else ignitable. And it just all goes off.
Right there. A little bit more.
I think he wanted to.
It'll open.
messed
it'll
it all
close.
up.
It'll open.
Too much.
It'll open. It'll close.
It's my class.
There you go.
This is my problem. I'm thinking.
Over there is your class. Right here is my class.
He's gonna. You know what I'm done. He opens all the windows and doors. Right.
You're taking over.
A little more. Close it a little more.
Was it a little more?
I don't know.
Well, go ahead.
I don't want to lose it.
You can build
I think
it.
he needs to start this.
It was pretty hot before. And then,
It was in every room when it.
yeah, I think that was the key for the backdrop.
It's getting there right now.
The whole thing is good.
Structural collapse.
Wow, it's s'mores.
Let's smoke some for lunch.
Coordinating with fire attack.
Love
What are
that, some
the
good ribs.
factors and why that you want to coordinate with interior on where you're going to ventilate?
So yeah, you want to coordinate with them because you want to know what they're gonna let you know. Hey, I need a ventilation opening right here. So they'll let you know where the fire's at and where the best spot is to make a ventilation opening.
Needs a little bit more heat.
I would let it cook and then close it off.
spreading the fire. If you open up, if you don't coordinate with them and you ventilate on the other side of the building, it's going to possibly
Oh,
cause
you want flash over or do you
the
open it?
smoke to travel in that direction, and then
I think they want to try to do
I
the
think we're trying to do the backdraft.
Yeah, let it heat up. I think it needs to get hotter. Watch out.
Flashed again a little bit.
Yeah, that was it. I want backdraft.
Kind of reminds me like at Christmas time when like you get your kid like this really cool toy and you don't let them play with it.
Let it go a little bit. Now start closing off. Son, I have to learn how to use it first. Before
Yeah, you gotta watch for a week.
Watch.
Yeah.
What?
I gotta teach you how to use it.
You want me to wet this upper portion?
No,
Close
No,
it
no,
off
no,
to
no,
starve
no.
it. Close it off to starve it.
No, let it. I'll shut it a little bit.
Let's get
You get the magic, man.
My Dale's pretty proud of the scenes and shit.
We're gonna construct all the walls, we're gonna pancake out and we'll see.
There it goes.
Doing it on
There it
top.
goes. Yep.
Let's do it.
Doing it.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to send her here.
Now we can probably close it all the way.
Close it?
Yeah, there
Spray
you
that
go.
top,
There you
spray
go.
that top part right again.
Good, good, good.
At the door. Just that.
You're good. You're good.
Let it build up again. It'll do it.
You're already messing up. You don't know who you're reporting to.
This whole time this was an ICS drill. This whole exercise had nothing to do with that. It was all about command and ICS.
Fucking told him before coming over.
What is my assignment and who am I reporting to?
It might be bad.
That's when I do my burst work.
Yeah.
You put too much water in it.
Cooled it down a little bit too much.
Almost.
That little spray.
Oh, you close the door all the way?
Open it
Hot
back
enough
up.
anyway. Open it up.
Let it build back. Let the heat build back up.
Want me to open it?
Yeah, you gotta give it oxygen.
Crack it open and see what.
Careful. Crack it.
Crack it.
Report the contact.
Stay low. You gotta stay low.
Toss more tissue in there.
Somebody started working on
Install this whole thing in there?
No, just like
Open it up.
Just open it. Open it up.
Open it up, man.
Open the door. Oh, we go.
Thank you, Tiger.
Without getting your face in this.
You know you want to see it too, but
You can watch the video afterwards.
This is for our benefit.
You filming alligator?
It's probably burned through that first one.
Back.
Propane.
Leave it open. Leave it open. It's got to build up again.
Yeah, no shit.
There you go.
Let it build up.
They got a one up this guy. Shit, dude.
They're consuming
Oh, my
oxygen.
daughters don't cry when I burn their dollhouses down there.
Look,
Starve,
sweetheart,
let it
it's gonna be
starve,
And I'm gonna get you another one.
there's a hole in the bottom. I think that's why.
Yeah, that's what it is.
The
Magic
magic.
is gone. Pyro Barbie.
Yeah, it's because there's a hole in the bottom.
Watch your face.
Watch yourself.
This is what I'm going to put in fire, kudos.
So what's the grand finale?
There
Oh,
it
there you
is.
go. Burn it to the Bennett.
Now, man, see if we can get the
Bennett.
come on.
Did earlier.
Fire marshal bell.
I don't think you got tight enough for farming anymore.
Run through the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to get rid of some of those pallets for him on it. There you go.
All right, have a geek.
There you go. Only involved single family. Do some regular.
We need a
Single
couple of
Barbie
Costco
family.
pizzas and a 2-liter.
We're making an aggressive interior attack.
We'll be going offensive.
That would be Captain Whitlock.
Why does your helmet
And
look like
Brandon.
this?
Every
Hot.
time. And Brandon.
Just keep going. It's hot.
Keep going. You all right?
He's got you as a body shield.
I'm supposed to retire next year.
Take one for me, buddy.